Hi, Vortex. So I have this whole thing of grapefruit, and I'm fixing to devour it. I also have cucumbers, I have a lemon, and I have these little cherry tomatoes. So amazing. Grapefruit is so good for you. It has more vitamin C than an orange. So, did you guys know that if you're having a really bad trip and you feel like curling up into a little fetal position, all you have to do is just sit up real straight and chant. That's it. Now, I don't take psychedelics very much, unless, you're talking about weed, because those strains are pretty fucking strong that they might as well be classified as psychedelic at this point. But I don't need to do psychedelics because, in case you're not familiar with this channel, we have disorganized schizophrenia, so that's like a pretty intense experience the majority of the time. And when I just accept that, it's so much easier to deal with. I think that a lot of the time, so much of the issues that people have with, mental illness, I got grapefruit juice on the lens. So much of what people deal with in regards to mental illness, so much of what people deal with in regards to, just anything inconvenient, like waiting in line, having to pay bills, having to take a shit, it's like throwing up. I really hate throwing up. But if I just do it, I feel so much better. And I'm like, why did I hold off on that? It's just like the whole idea of throwing up is so sickening to me that I will like go out of my way to avoid doing it. Because I hate it. I hate the act of doing it, but then I feel so much better after it's done. Well, I just feel like that's the way that life is, sometimes you puke. And everybody has to take a shit at some point, so there's no point in like being like, oh, that's gross. Everybody does it. Like everything does it. Every living thing does it. If it doesn't do it, like there's a major problem. So stop whining about it. Like Americans, they're just so ridiculous. Just the stuff that they like, they're so uppity. But I don't feel very American, obviously. My eating habits are really weird. My bathroom habits are even weirder. Performing any kind of bathroom duty outside is like such a freeing thing. Because that's what we're supposed to do. Like, it literally makes no sense, like our whole like septic system and everything. It's like we take a shit into a toilet, it goes through this little thing, and it goes back outside into the fucking water. It doesn't make any sense. And it's really easy to fuck with everybody through the water supply. Because we need water to like take showers and wash our face, and so So it's like whatever medications people are on, you know? There's all kinds of medication that people are on, okay? So the stabbies that people take, and birth control, psychiatric medication, blood pressure medication, like all this stuff could be really, really detrimental to somebody. But think about it, if they're peeing and there's that contaminated piss in the already contaminated water supply, and everybody's breathing that shit in every time they take a shower, yeah, like this is a giant lab experiment, dude. I mean, I already told you I'm schizophrenic, so don't be the slightest bit surprised by anything I fucking say, okay? Yeah, there's this colleague of mine that I do comedy with that like talks about how stupid it is to like take a piss inside, and he explains it way better than I just did. But yeah, it's so silly. Like everything about this civilization is dumb. Like it's just like people are so used to it that they don't know what life would be without it. And I realize the fact that I haven't been to a third world country, so who the fuck am I to complain about this one, you know? But it's just, I see the problems with this country. And it's my country. I can criticize it all the hell I want, damn it. Leave me alone. Do you eat a whole fucking grapefruit? To try to rid yourself of all the fucking chemicals that they dump in every motherfucking thing that we're supposed to be so grateful for. It's so awesome that we have running water, aside from the fact that it's constantly poisoning us and changing our fucking hormones. I mean, all this stuff has a very like accumulative, still doesn't sound right, but I think that's the proper way you pronounce it, accumulative effect. So it's like a lot of medications that people are forced to take that make them kill themselves or commit acts of violence, you know, like shooting up a school. A lot of these people are on all kinds of drugs. So it's not just one thing they're on like 5 to 8 different pills. Like, why would anybody be okay with that? Like, seriously. Like, I don't care how bad your issues are. The fact that, like, you think that being a fucking stuck pig is, like, the way to go. I mean, yeah, see, this is why, like, I have such little respect for the people that live here, because they're fine with that. They're fine with the fact that people do that to themselves, you know? And I want to be live and let live too. I want to just be like laissez-faire, anything goes, do whatever you want. But that kind of attitude has led us to this. You know, this kind of like, I'm going to look the other way and pretend that you're not cutting your genitals off, you know? I'm going to look the other way and pretend that, you know, you're not taking pills that are eventually gonna put you in some news story, you know? And I think a lot of the time that's what they want. These people want to be famous, you know? And it's way less than 15 minutes, I'll tell you that. Like, a lot of people that get famous, it's like maybe 7 minutes of fame. But, you know, that whole system, that whole, like, social hierarchy created by the capitalist system, I mean, we already have it anyway, but not created, my bad. Exacerbated by the capitalist system. You know, it just makes everybody feeling the need to, like, either consciously or unconsciously engage in a constant pissing contest. It's like, why would you want to participate in that? Why would you want anything to do with a world that thinks that that's cool?